Emotion regulation is the ability to manage your own emotions and feelings.
Five strategies of emotional regulation are situation selection, situation modification, attentional deployment, cognitive change, and response modulation.
Situation selection. For example, I was a cheerleader in high school, and my coach always made me feel like I didn't even belong on the team and I shouldn't have made it. So what I did is I ended up leaving my school's cheer team and I went on to a gym to tumble at. So for my best interest, I was still doing what I loved, but with coaches who were more positive about it.
An example of situation modification is my friend was asked on a date by this guy she didn't really want to see, but they were in the same class and she didn't want to make it awkward. So she made it a group thing and we all went together so she didn't have to spend any alone time with him, but she also didn't hurt his feelings.
Attentional deployment is when you can't choose or modify a situation, so instead you direct your attention within it. Maybe you're at a family reunion and that one uncle that you just never really got along with is there and he's trying to engage you in conversation. You kind of go along with it, to please your mother, but instead maybe you concentrate more on the pastry you're eating, or you play with the dog, or you think about other things while they're talking, so you don't really directly engage with them.
Cognitive change is an emotional regulation strategy. I used it when I was little, when my dad passed away. Well, I guess when I got older as time went on, I thought of if my dad hadn't passed away, then I would never be as close as I am to my sisters and my mom. That was my way of dealing with that emotion, and I used the cognitive change.
The time when I used emotion regulation was whenever I was in middle school, was response modulation. It was a time where I guess I got picked on a lot, and I mean, you know how that is. Middle school kids are kind of cruel. I guess they're just starting to go through puberty and they're not really thinking. So having to just hold in those emotions, suppress them about, they're going to make fun of you, and the only thing they're doing is trying to get a reaction. So if you give them that reaction, it just feeds the fire and they're just going to keep doing it. So that was definitely a time where I used that particular emotion regulation to not elicit a response because they're just going to feed into it.